today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
So here we go, Week 1 for the LA Chargers. It's not, as we thought in the offseason, Tyrod Taylor under center. It will be instead the 6th overall pick from April, Justin Herbert.
And partner, this one was a surprise to me because I thought Justin Herbert would sit around for a little while because of Tyrod Taylor's connection with the head coach, Anthony Lynn. They had been together in Buffalo. I figured he would get the ball. But this rookie had a big preseason, and they're banking on his potential, getting even better with actual play.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, but it'll be 2nd down. So, Charles, we take a look here at the draft class for this offense. Overall, what are your thoughts?
Well, you know the fans don't want to hear it, but it always takes 2, 3, 4 years until we know whether a draft class has truly panned out or not. And when you take a quarterback in the 1st round, everybody wants him on the field right away. But the best thing is if you can play the long game with him, give him a chance to get seasoned before he has to play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man, it's Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Put that thing up where you burn it. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn it.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, that's a good job by Sam Hubbard getting home and getting the sack. And he does a nice job of setting the edge in the run game as well as applying pressure. Going into his 3rd season now, 14.5 sacks in his first 2 years. Pretty strong for the former 3rd-round selection out of Ohio State.
They're going for it. Here's Herbert. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in April. From LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
Zero shock here. In fact, it would have been a surprise if anyone other than Joe Burrow tried it out here to be the starting quarterback for Cincinnati. From the time they called his name at the NFL draft, he was their starting quarterback, replacing Andy Dalton after a long run here in Cincy. Joe Burrow, the face of the franchise. Their future is now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's going to go down again.
Joe Burrow is sacked.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series. And because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And this is caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 46 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Check 26, check 26.
On second down, here's Mixon. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
On third down, Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter.
Definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert off of play action. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
2-yard pickup.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL.
Let's get
He
that
rifles
swagger,
one that's
y'all. Let's get that
intercepted.
swagger.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Their own 29-yard line.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On 3rd down, Mixon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, it's King. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where you see the final score there. Deshaun Watson, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady, sharp as ever. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. 21-16, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. But gutsy call there. Yangs at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And we remind you, lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut at SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. Mixon with a first down carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Again, it's Mixon. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Under pressure. With a big-time sack on 3rd down, it's a loss of 7. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he's got some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Joe Reed, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down, escaping the pressure right. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
An 8-yard pickup.
Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case with his legs, he showed the defense there's an extra dynamic to his game.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Herbert operating from the red zone. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown.
Henry. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Hunter Henry there to make the grab. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Is good.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Cincinnati. The Bengals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And able to find Green. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looks a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Burrow. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jerry Tillery in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. From the shotgun.
All you got to do is look and learn. Look and learn, baby.
There he goes left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Returning it, John Ross. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Here's a toss coming right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And out. It's 4th down.
Here's King. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Rams ready to go on offense. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Sliding out of the pocket. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and
10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. They'll roll him out right. He's airing it out for Williams. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Jesse Bates on the coverage.
Off play action. Herbert rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They snap it to Herbert. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are...
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's third down.
16.
Now it's Burrow. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here.
And this is caught at the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
LA.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Badgley on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Mike Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Now Ross to return. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Chargers, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.